we're gonna start the video off by saying this is the only chance I'm getting to film this. I literally have no time after today. And I did just shower, so my hair is wet. I'm very sorry. I've tied it back, but these bits are too short to tie back, so you're just gonna have to deal with me looking really bad. But it's fine, because I seem to look bad in every single one of my yearly recaps. So today we are going to be doing my 2023 recap. I have my trusty notebook down here that has all of the things written. I am going to try and keep this in chronological order, but as we all know, I probably won't because I go on tangents and I get sidetracked. We're just going to get right into it because 2023 has been a year, to say the least. It started off very boring. I've not got a lot to say from the start of the year, but the end of the year is where most of my stuff happened. So yeah. So in January, when obviously 2023 started, I was still in college. That's how long it's been. So I was in college and I was about to quit. Fun fact. My lecturer was like, not happening, we will sit down and we will talk. And we figured it out. And I stayed and I passed. So that's pretty cool. Not very much happened in about April. Nothing happened from January onwards. In April, I left college because I finished, and I started my job, which I still work at. I have been working there now since April, and it's been fine. It's been great. Not really much to say. So, again, nothing really happened between then and July. But then it gets to July, and the 9th of July, I had my 20th birthday. So I celebrated my 20th birthday. I was at work for the morning. Then on the 10th of July, I did a split shift. I got home at I got to my partner's at about midnight, just after midnight. And then the next day, on the 11th of July, I woke up at 9 AM to go and get on a plane to go and see my streamer friends in Brighton. So Brighton was an incredible experience. For anybody who didn't know this, I don't really think I've told that many people. I think my partner knows, but I don't know how many people who went to the Brighton trip know this. I almost did not go. It was like a few days before, and for those who don't know, I am shit scared of going on a plane. I love watching them take off and land. I think that's so cool, but being on one, nah, hate it. And so I was really stressed out about that. I was so stressed because I was the adult in this situation. Like, it was me and my partner. My partner had never been on a plane. I've only been on one plane, and it was when I was 11. So I was like, this is stressful. And I had it all planned. I had to be the person who got us through. So it was very stressful. I was very scared, and I almost backed out, and I'm so glad I didn't. I tried to film quite a bit, but I realised I didn't film as much as I thought. I filmed a lot in the Sea Life Centre. But other than that, I did not film that much. Yeah, most of it was just filmed in the Sea Life Centre, which was fine. I got to meet two of my favourite streamers, Tubbo and Jack Manifold. If they ever see this clip, thank you so much for just standing there and talking to us. It was really good, and you were both amazing, and it was a good time. We stood for like 20-30 minutes just chatting, and it really did just feel like I'd met like a friend, like, rather than it being I've met another streamer. It literally just felt like I'd met an old friend. And I said that to them, and I was like, it is weird because like it's a situation of I know you, you don't know me, but it genuinely, the entire time, it felt like I was just catching up with an old friend from school, which was really nice. I was very, very grateful. I then came back from Brighton and I was very sick. I think it was just the flight and all of this, but I was not very well for the first like 2 days of being home. But after that, it was all fine. So about a month after Brighton, I got a message from the rheumatologist saying, hey, your appointment is in 2 days. At this time, please be there. So I phoned them and I was like, what hospital am I going to? Because I was meant to be going to the really big hospital, which is like a 2-hour drive away. And I was really stressed because that's like 2 days time. I had not planned for that. I thought I was going to be finding out like weeks in advance. And they were like, oh no, you're just going to the nearer hospital. So that was fine. So my mum picked me up and we went there. And that is when I got answers to my pain. For those who don't know, I suffer from chronic pain, and I have since I was 13. I mostly get knee pain, but it got a lot worse, especially recently, where it was my hands. My hands have been playing up for a few years, but more recently they've been really bad. My hands, my jaw, my hips, my ankles, everything. And it turns out that not only do I have hypermobility syndrome, which I was diagnosed with when I was 13, everything happened when I was 13. I also have fibromyalgia, which is to do with your nerves. So your nerves, from what I gathered, this might not be accurate, I'm not a medical professional. From what I gathered, my nerves misfire signals of pain even if I'm not in pain. So some days I feel so much pain, even like clothes being on my body hurts, and other times pain is nothing. I broke my wrist in 2019. I had a flake fracture in my wrist, and it took me 4 days to go to hospital because I was like, it doesn't hurt that bad. Like, I've been in worse pain than this, to find out that that was actually quite bad. So I spent this time between when I found out until now pretty much researching the fuck out of hypermobility and fibromyalgia so that I could figure out what was best to help myself. Because all I was kind of told by the doctor was continue the physio you've been doing, and that was it. And I needed to know more than just that. So I did so much research into it to try and figure out what was the best way to deal with this, especially with the fact that I work full-time and my job is very fast-paced, especially during the summer. Not as much now, but during the summer it was really fast-paced. And I was so scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was very stressed out. But luckily everything's been okay. Now that it's getting colder, I am struggling a lot more, especially with just general pain. The cold does make it a lot worse. But I'm still standing, I'm still walking, and so I call that a win. So again, not very much happened. I kind of just worked, and then the Scotland trip happened with Moo. When Moo flew over here, they were here for just under a week. They got to see things like my room. They have been in this space, they've sat in this chair. That's really weird to say. That happened. We kind of just had fun for a week. Like, we just hung out and it was really nice. And then I came home. I've been home for like a week now. I came home for Christmas mostly. My older brother, wasn't here for Christmas. So I kind of was the other adult, so I helped out a lot. And then for Christmas, I got so many things, and I'm so grateful for everything I got. It was amazing. It was so nice, and my little brother, who is 4, was so excited, and it was really nice to just have him celebrate. So a few mini updates that I forgot to say. I continued streaming this year. I continued all of my social media stuff, and I plan to continue it in 2024, and I'm hopefully gonna get better at it. That's something that I really want to do in 2024. I got more tattoos. Every piercing that I got no new piercings this year. So I got my lip done 2022, and I got my industrial and my conch done in 2022. So I got no new piercings this year. I did get 2 new tattoos. So for those who don't know, I got tattoos when I was in Brighton. I got this one, which is my arrow, and it has a little semicolon in it. This is a fake tattoo, okay? So this is real, and then I got my collarbone all done. This, by the way, is just my skin reacts to water. That'll be explained in a different video. But yeah, I got my collarbone, tattooed, and I got my arrow. So now I have 6 tattoos overall. Other than that, not very much happened this year. I think I can talk about this. I put it on Twitter, so I think I can. My younger brother got taken to hospital. His appendix had burst and his body basically shut down. So that was scary. He was in hospital for about 2 weeks. And he's completely fine now. He's thriving. He's living his best life. That was kind of very difficult. That happened just after I started my new job, so it was really stressful. And I was at work, so I wasn't even home to help out. We had discussed it, but they didn't need me to come home, so I stayed working for most of it. I think I only was off. I had my 2 days off when he was in hospital as well, but at that point he'd been transferred to a different hospital, so it would have been really difficult for me to get down there and see him. And yeah, that's 2023. So let's talk about some of the goals I have going into 2024. My main goal is just kind of be happier in myself. I really struggle with not really being that happy. And so in 2024, I really want to try be more happy, not just happy in the sense of just happiness, but happier in myself and in my own body. And I do want to get better at that because I know that I'm really bad for it. I also want to get more piercings and more tattoos. I don't know if I'd get any more piercings. I don't know what piercings I want just yet, but I definitely want more tattoos. I have been planning them, so they should be happening hopefully very soon. I want to go back to college and, you know, continue with that. I've always wanted to do music, so I might go into college and do some music stuff or like theatre stuff. I'm not really too sure yet. We'll see how I feel at the time because I have until like September to figure it out. And I want to continue with streaming and YouTube. I have had a lot of fun the past few days filming and editing. I did not realise how much I enjoyed editing. And I've gotten a lot better at it, I'd like to say. And I also just want to spend more time with my family. Like, they're kind of cool sometimes. And the main one, well, not the main one, but one that I think is something that is very on brand for me. I want to continue with my music. I really enjoy playing instruments, and recently it's been very difficult because my hands aren't the best. So I want to continue with that. I think that would be pretty cool. I got a new ukulele for Christmas, which is really on brand for this video. Speaking of Tubbo, I do have now got his ukulele because I snapped mine 2 days before Christmas, and somehow my mum managed to get the Tubbo ukulele, and it's actually a really nice ukulele. So Tubbo, you did a good job. I'll have my 21st birthday. I've not got any plans for it, but it's gonna happen. I will probably end up back at college. I will hopefully be at home more, and I'm gonna work on myself. 2024 is, I'm gonna try my hardest to work more on myself and not focus too much on what other people think, because I focus a lot on what other people think a lot of the time. And that, my good friends, is the final video for 2023. This year has been a shit one. It definitely hasn't been that bad. Okay, it's not been that shit. Today just has not been. It hasn't been my year. It hasn't been my year for a few years. And I'm not going to be that person who says 2024 is going to be my year, because it's not going to be my year. But 2024 is going to be the year that I try so much harder just on myself. And yeah, focusing more on myself. I'm also going to try and get my pain more manageable. That's another goal I have. So that is the final video for the year, my 2023 recap, which we are going to be doing these every single year if I remember. So do fight me on it if I forget. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, I don't really care. It's been a year, and I hope you all have a very happy new year, and I'll see you guys in the next year. And hopefully you'll be getting more videos next year, because I posted like nothing. And hopefully Cloudy's hair will start to heal next year, because it is so damaged. I've been looking at myself in like the screen, there we go, this entire video, and my hair is so damaged. But I had to tie it up because it is still very wet from the shower, and otherwise I would have just looked more shit. So maybe in 2024 Cloudy Live will not swear as much, but I'm not making a New Year's resolution, because the likelihood is Cloudy's still gonna swear just as fucking much as this year. So if you like the video, like it. If you don't, I don't care. I know I've said that already, but too bad. And I will see you all in the next video, whenever that may be, whatever that may be. Yeah, much love to you all, and have a happy new year, and let's all keep our fingers crossed for 2024. Bye!